Of all the stuff I've been through in my life, this one is really something special. Uh, Primary school, I can't remember exactly which grade it was. Was it third grade or fourth? But still, quite some time before me and my family were moved out of their city, um, which is my birth town. So, among all the primary school bullies and the neighborhood bullies, one of those has really stuck deepest in my memory and my childhood trauma, and that was a female classmate. And funny enough, I actually liked her back then. Um, there was a morning, not morning, I think it was after class. We were changing, putting our shoes on and shoes and the jackets on and stuff, basically changing clothes to go home in the changing rooms. And while I was tying my shoes, out of the blue, I can't remember if there was any particular reason. Like, I know that given that I was constantly being bullied, beaten up, and everyone was siding with that side of the school, um, probably because they were too afraid and didn't know what to do. All good. So this girl decides to kick me in the ribs with steel toe cap, shoes, get a grip bullers, as we call them. And basically cracked two of my ribs, even. This was the first person that I actually ran after, and I grabbed her by her collar or the neck, lifted my hand, and then when I saw the fear in her eyes, I didn't. I didn't hit her. I didn't do anything. But I must say, it wasn't the kick that hurt me so much. It was the fact that it was a girl. That's what hurt me. Fast forward a few years. So we just turned around 18, all of us, or sort of ish. And we kind of reconnected through Facebook and stuff. So recently I found some emails that, hey, good morning. Recently I found some emails from 2008. It was basically just some kind of chain email about gratitude and feeling, saying that you're sorry for stuff. And I received this email from her saying, oh, how many years and many ways I've been thinking to say sorry for what I've done to you. Well, okay, I mean, it felt nice, yes. But fact is, by the time I received that message, that email, I've already been through several stages of forgiveness, of moving on, living my own life. And then as we were getting older and stuff, so we had this reunion, was really great. I think about half of the class we all met. The best part of it was like actually seeing a couple of male bullies as well show up and express their remorse and regrets about what happened. I think what was more painful, and I even knew it as a child, that it's not going to be me who has to deal with so much pain than the people who were either the bullies or the people who were just standing by doing nothing and they knew it was wrong. Let's make it clear, these were all kids. We cannot judge. So obviously by the time they all shed their tears and pain, I have already forgiven them all. Life goes on. Me and this girl become somewhat of friends. We've had very long conversations on Facebook about life, about relationships, about being parents, all this kind of stuff. Then 2014, I moved to Amsterdam, and she and her boyfriend actually even visited me. We obviously spent the typical Amsterdam days, meeting coffee shops, going around the city, spending some good time with good food and good drinks. And that was it. We've been in touch, like on and off, since, but nothing really in particular. For a while, like she's been gone for a few years and then back, saying she's had medical issues, personal issues. I can understand. There was definitely also some past with addiction and drug abuse on her side. No judgment there. All good, basically. Well, then 2020 comes. COVID, lockdowns, loads of disagreements between people on that subject matter, especially about the vaccines. And yeah, she was definitely on the side of like, you're a crazy anti-vaxxer, you're a conspiracy theorist. So essentially, I started getting some biased, opinionated abuse. But that's all fine by me, because at the time, clearly I was one of those people standing alone, standing for what I believed was right, and whether I was right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. I'm still here. But then, I think it was 2021, maybe. Yeah, it was 2021. So, I start getting messages from her, panicking. She received her first Pfizer shot, started getting massive pain in her legs. Turned out it was blood clots, all sorts of complications. So obviously what I said is like, don't you dare to take the second one, because with your medical past and everything, you're really at high risk of getting worse. So don't do it, and find a good cardiologist. A few months down the line, because that takes time, of course, she messages back. She said she found a cardiologist, and I'm not going to claim for it, but from the conversation, what I understood and what she told me was that this cardiologist said to her that she should basically tell her friends that they saved her life, or at least she should be aware of that her friends saved her life. I know I wasn't the only one trying to talk her out of getting the second shot, but one of those, yeah. So I'm not going to take any credit for the fact that I tried to help her. Then my separation, my divorce, and as I was publishing stuff on YouTube, in weird times, like 4 o'clock in the morning during New Year's Eve, my birthday, and a few other opportunities, I start getting weird comments on YouTube. Clearly someone who knows way too much about me, but definitely doesn't know what they think they know about me. So the comments went from abuse of like, you're on hard drugs, you are a bad father, you left mothers with kids alone. So basically all sorts of really positive remarks, especially given how hard I fought and tried and was loyal and dedicated, honest. And then I kept getting this abuse, and I could not figure out where it's coming from. Oh yeah, I suspected my angry sisters, I suspected my pissed off ex-wife, but it just did not compute. Until a few days ago, I received another comment, and that one was brutal. It was her, clearly from her profile, and I wish I took a screenshot. She stated that she kicked my ribs because I touched her private parts. Well, People can say whatever the hell they want, but it's one thing I would have never done, and I never did. I never harassed or assaulted anyone ever in my life in that sense. So, what I understood from all this, people can't be trusted. Never mind what happens to them. Is it mental health issues? Is it other type of health issues? Whatever the hell it is. But oddly enough, it was really the people who somehow came closest to me were the ones that turned out to be the biggest enemies in my life. And then to top it all off, Monday, we had an evaluation call with the Dutch Child Protective Services and the supervisor that they hired for two supervised meetings that I had. This woman actually dared first to say to me that if what am I doing in Netherlands or to leave if I don't like it? A youth care professional in a professional environment says that, isn't charged with any crimes, isn't held accountable, and she will continue to do what she does. I can't count anymore how many times I've tried to formally complain about these things, or at least informally try to resolve conflicts and subject matters that were deviating from the truth and the facts with these people, with the Child Protective Services, personally, directly. And the cycle just never ends. And the worst part, it's not the people within the system. Some of them are doing the right thing. Most of them don't even know what they're doing and don't have a clue about the legal obligations that they hold. Fine. But it's not the people within the system. It's the people who were their victims. It's the people who suffer from it. They act like if they're all alone. Thousands of Dutch fathers, same stories, same scenarios. Where are they? I don't see them. And if you do say anything to any one of them, they'll either start getting defensive because, you don't think I don't want to see my kid? Well, I don't see you fighting for it. I see you drinking and crying and feeling like a victim. That's what I see. I see you giving up on yourself. I see you giving up on your children. I see you giving up on the truth and the justice. Thousands of them. And then those few brave ones who want to use their leadership abilities and skills, and step up and speak for everyone, they get silenced, even by the judiciary system, forbidden to talk about these things. Freedom of speech, Europe, democracy. It's all bullshit. My message to my ex, my classmate, Child Protective Services, social workers, not just the Child Protective Services, all the institutions claiming to also protect the rest of us. You're all full of shit. Please go fuck yourselves. Peace.